I love magic and I love witches, and Agatha All Along is right up my alley. I have not enjoyed a TV show like it in a while. I mean, there was Shogun, but I do not remember being excited to watch it like I was Agatha All Along. In terms of Marvel series, and this is my subjective opinion and ranking, I would put it as my top one, followed by One Division and Loki in second place. Okay, to the point of this video. I hope and wish Wiccan would have his own adventure series with Agatha, other than his speculated appearance in Vision Quest and what I want to happen. Honestly, I do not want anything big happening with Wiccan yet. I do not want him dealing with major world, universal, or cross universal events anytime soon. I want a story about him and his family, him and his little coven. He is a witch after all. A coven too with Agatha. I want to meet his parents. I want to see how he is around his Kaplan mother and father. I want to see Kaplan dad take him out to watch a play or magic show, then come back home when the sun is no longer in the sky, sitting around a table and having dinner as they tell each other stories of young William Kaplan. Of course, this will make Billy very uncomfortable, but he smiles and nods and tries to listen to his parents' thought to help in convincing them that he could recollect these memories of a young boy who is, in reality, dead. And that night, he returns to his room filled with guilt. I wonder what kind of witch Billy is, other than the fact that he can warp reality. Perhaps they could connect him to Agatha even further by making him a bit of a spirit witch as well. Maybe then he would be able to summon Agatha's spirit at will. Agatha would be so annoyed with him. Speaking of Agatha's ghost, there is no indication that her spirit is bound to a specific location like the ghost in the Ghost series. I also wonder what are the rules and parameters of a ghost in the MCU. Like, can Agatha be able to shoot her purpose at living people, or be able to rain havoc at random people as a ghost? That would be hilarious. I can picture her getting into so many shenanigans. We never figure out the answer to, am I Billy or am I William? I mean, at this point it is clear that Dean is Billy. I cannot think that the show made it clear if his 5-day-old memory with his witch mother ever came fully back to him. I hope right after dinner, Billy asks an annoyed Agatha to help him recover dead William's memory. Putting that aside, let's deal with another very important question first. Should we think that the MCU has a limbo dimension? In One Division, it was implied that her children's soul was lost to a void or limbo, but in Agatha All Along, Rio or death seemed to imply to Agatha that Billy and Tommy are supposed to be dead, and she was supposed to collect their souls or spirits, which means Wanda unknowingly murdered her own children. But also, on top of that, Billy, as soon as the hex collapsed, immediately jumped in William's body. But since death was supposed to collect them, it would imply that their souls or spirits were never meant to be in limbo. So, what is the logic here? Is death being a little too zealous with her job here, or does it mean that Billy held on to his twin brother and pulled him along inside William Kaplan's body? But because Tommy is not a witch and two souls cannot occupy or take control of a single body, Billy may have unconsciously put his brother in a coma-like situation for 3 years. Oh my god, can you imagine? That would be so tragic for Tommy. Poor baby. Going back to the possibility that Billy is a bit of a spirit witch, can we theorize that Billy has the ability and power to summon dead spirits and souls? If he is capable of doing that, it will mean he would be able to summon the dead William Kaplan from the afterlife. That would piss off Death even more so. And I can imagine the poop-eating grin on Agatha's face. She would be so petty about it. I think if he can summon William Kaplan, I think they would have a very productive conversation together. I do not know how they are going to deal with it, but I have a feeling that that William Kaplan would be very empathetic to Billy's situation and then give the young boy the permission to possess his body and be one with it. Perhaps this way he can promise or make a high stake deal with death that William's body is the once and final body he would ever occupy. I think this way it would solve the issue of Billy being effectively immortal. After this, he would have to sit William's parents down and come clean to them about everything. And those poor parents, I think seeing their dead son's spirit would ease their pain and be able to properly mourn their dead son. Let's not forget the fact that William is technically only 3 years old. Maybe that might help the Kaplan in dealing with the fact that total stranger was wearing their son's skin. I don't know. I can imagine being the parent of this boy. I would be so horrified, to be honest. I do not think I would be able to be calm about it. I mean, eventually, I think I would accept the imposter as my own child. But, like, wow, you know? I really want a superhero show that is mostly about family relationships, the showing of sibling love, family, the good kind. I already have mine for the not so good kind. I want a feel good story. I want a feel good show until Billy and Tommy grow up to be considered mature. Then they can go and save the world and the universe or so. Please leave a like and subscribe. This is my first video on this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you and goodbye.